I'm gonna have to go home and turn my lungs inside out. That was some rough old shit. That was, yeah. Well, afternoon world, and welcome to Friday, 2nd of September. I have had a tremendously busy and active day. Been running around like a headless chicken pretty much all day, which is great because it's all work and it's all, you know, money eventually as it comes off, but none of it, nothing I've done today can I share with you, because it's all someone else's business. So I'll have to think of something else to talk about. Well, while I'm thinking about what I could talk about, I'll just tell you what I'm doing. I'm off back over to Yates, the bearing warehouse, because I've got to get another one of these. We broke one of these on the shredder, and one of the links got broken, so replaced the link, replaced the joining link as well, put it all back together again, and thought, there we are, no problem. Started the machine up, and it literally did half a revolution, and the next link broke. Typical. So although I had two main chain links, I only had one joining link, so I've got to go back to the bearing warehouse now and pick up a second link. Well, order one. I doubt they'll have it in stock. But while we're going on the way over there, I'll just mention a few things to... this is probably going to be only referenced to maybe a couple of dozen folks. So out of 36,500 or whatever it is, folks that subscribe, follow, and will follow us, there's probably about a dozen, maybe 2 dozen of you that just occasionally kick up with a comment or say something. Now whether you're just thinking you're trying to be clever or trying to point out that you think I'm thick, or for whatever reason, sometimes folks make comments forgetting that although you think you know me, and I'll admit, I'll put my hands up, most of you know me far better than I'm ever going to know you. But you don't know me that well, okay? You have to remember that I tell you and show you and share with you as much as I want to. There's plenty of stuff going back from when I was a kid, when I was a young man, before we got married, all that sort of stuff. There's loads of stuff that has happened in the past that still affects decisions that I'll make now, plans that I'll make now, and things that I'll do. Okay, there is still stuff from a long time ago that influences what's happening now, which none of you, maybe a couple of you, but let's just say none of you know anything about. And, well, you don't need to. I mean, I put up a daily vlog and show you what I do in the day. I'm not trying to teach you anything. I'm not telling you how to do your stuff. I'm not saying you're doing it wrong or anything like that. I'm just telling you how I did it today, or yesterday, or even last week. So for those few people that like to pull me up sometimes, that's okay. I don't mind being pulled up. If I've cocked it up or made a mistake or whatever else, I've always invited constructive criticism. I don't mind that at all, but just occasionally some folks will make a comment and either they don't think, I'm going to put it down to on the kind that they don't think, they just watch a video, they probably haven't even seen it to the end. How many of you wait till the absolute end of a video before you put your comment up? Because I know plenty of you will see something in the video that will, comment goes up, 5 minutes later the answer to the question that you've made or the cure to the comment that you made is all explained. And if it's not, quite often, if you look at the description box below the video, alright, if you're watching this on your TV, then go in the description box. That it's not quite so simple, but if you're on your phone or on your tablet or on your PC, underneath the video there's a description of what the video is, what it's about, what's happening. So I would always, very nearly always, put something in the description box under every single video that tells you what I'm doing, sometimes why I'm doing it, or if I see a question a lot of you are going to ask, the answer to that question's in the description box before you've even asked it. But how many of you look? Honestly, I bet 99% of you never ever look in that box below this video to see what I've written, which may well include the explanation as to why I did something the way I did. Or there may be an admission that I cocked up, or there may be an admission that I made a mistake, or something. It's quite often in the box underneath, but you never look. Yeah, everybody's so quick to get off and post a comment. So some people, I'm pretty sure, want to feel like they're clever, that they know something I don't, and like to pull me up because of, I don't know, they just like to pull me up. Some people genuinely think that I need to be told something because maybe I've done something that could be risky or dangerous or whatever else. Still might be in the comment box below, but the vast majority of comments are the vast majority of negative comments are from folks who just got nothing better to do. So some people call it trolling. I don't always call it trolling. I just sometimes think it's a knee-jerk reaction to something you've seen or heard or I've said, and you just have to say something there and then. You'd be far better off, really, waiting to the end of the video, reading the description in the description box below what's going on before you even think about writing a comment. I mean, don't get me wrong, I invite comments, and as far as the YouTube algorithm is concerned, no comment is a bad comment. Every single time somebody puts a comment on the video, it ups the algorithm. It makes the video more popular. It makes it more engaged. So there's all these. We can go through all these graphs on each video and it can say, well, what was the average age of people who watched it? What was the gender? Maybe. Which bits did they find most interesting? And so everything's analysed. Everything you watch and everything you do is analysed, and YouTube and Google will give me that information so I can look back on a video and go, oh, they liked that comment, or they didn't like that comment, because there's a peak of stuff where you've gone back and you've skipped back and repeated it again. What did he say? Skip back 10 seconds. I don't very often look in there because I'm not that bothered. So I suppose, what am I trying to say here? I welcome your comments. I encourage your comments. But for those of you who want to be deliberately negative, not those of you that actually care and say something because you care, but for those of you that are just deliberately negative and derogatory, just quite often is check before you write anything, because pretty much every single time, if you wanted to bring it into an argument, I could very easily just stamp on your toe and shut you up straight away. And it's because you don't know all the information because I haven't told you. Because 9 times out of 10 I haven't told you because it's none of your business. So anyway, I'm not going to rant on too much about this, but I've noticed it on other folks' videos. So I don't just watch my own back. I watch Funky Farmers, I watch Adrian over at I Farm, We Farm. He doesn't get much negative stuff, I will say, because he's a lovely guy. Farmer Phil, Harry Metcalf. I watch loads and loads of other people, and it doesn't matter how popular any of them are. there's always some clever dick who thinks they know something that you don't. And they have to tell you because they're a clever dick. So the only person you're showing up, to be honest, is not me or the video creator, it's yourself. And if you go into the clever dicks comments and you click on their page, I think in the last couple of years I maybe have had one of the clever dicks has actually had a channel that produces anything. You know, everybody's got a little thumbnail with their name or their emoji or whatever else next to their comment, and they're all telling me, God, I think his oil rings are gone. They're all telling me what I've got wrong, but none of them have got the guts to make their own channel and put themselves out there. So before you start judging me, go and do your own. If you don't like what I do, create your own. Do what you want to do. You know, maybe I'll come and watch yours. Maybe I'll enjoy it. Oh well, it's just people, isn't it? It's just people. I think you know what I'm trying to say. I enjoy your company. I enjoy sharing what I do with you. I enjoy your comments. Sorry, you got cut short there because my daughter rang me because she wants to borrow something. No, doesn't want to borrow it. She's told me she's borrowing something. Anyway, I was saying, I enjoy the comments. I mean, half the joy of the YouTube channel is the feedback, and the vast majority of you are kind, you're considerate, you're polite, lovely people, and to all of those, this isn't aimed at you at all. It's just a couple of less kind, considerate, or polite people. It's just, if anything, it's kind of a lesson, because if they do it to me, they're probably doing it to other folks as well. And it's kind of really take a look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know, what's my problem? Because I don't think I'm the problem. I don't think any of the creators are the problem. I think they are their own problem. So I'm only doing this because I've got nothing better to talk about today, because everything else I'm doing I can't share. Can't tell you what I'm doing. So it's a secret. I'll tell you, but then I'd have to shoot you. Happy days. So I went in to order one of these because I didn't anticipate them having any in stock, and lo and behold, the young man goes, I got a funny feeling we've got one of them, and there it is. He came out with it. So I actually gave Bearing Warehouse a glowing 5-star review last time I went in there, and that just backs up what I said last time. Nice people, good service, happy to help. Yeah, brilliant. If you need a bearing, a belt, a chain, motor, anything to do with drive really, I suppose, and you're in the Yate, North Bristol area, Bearing Warehouse, that's the place. Okay, it's coming up to 20 past 3. I might just shoot back via Tether Farm, and I want to call in and see Reg and find out what's going on with some of the plans. I also want to see what they've done to that hedge. So we've had a piece of hedge, well, I'm going to call it massacred. We're converting 2 pieces of grass to wheat this year, and the conversation went with, well, you can leave the hedge up if you want, but it'll cost you £500 a year in lost crop. £500 a year was a bit more than a father could bear. So it was a case of, what's the advice? Well, the advice was to reduce the hedge right down, to reduce competition for moisture, sunlight, nutrients, everything else, and that's what they've done. So I went and had a look the other day to see it started. Didn't want to stay. I'm dreading looking at it, but I'm going to see it sooner or later. So it's just one of those things. It'll recover, but yeah. Father took the piss out of me a little bit because I was saying I wasn't happy about it. But of course, that's the tree surgeon, arborist, tree hugger, whatever side of me not liking the trees coming down. So as a farmer, that was something that he was never really brought up with. So he doesn't have the empathy that I do. So it didn't hurt him. Well, he's got to pay for it, so it hurt him financially. But like he said, for what it cost him to do it, he'd make that back on the second week with the harvest. So it's, to his mind, it was worth doing. So yeah, Jura's still out for me.